So we are live. Yes.
Okay.
Very good evening to everyone. Welcome to SkillArbitrage YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest with us, Mr. Kulin Makwana. He's a content writer, blogger, storyteller, and yeah, basically writer. So he's going to share his journey with us. And first of all, welcome, Mr. Kulin.
Thank you very much. A very good evening to you and everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to hear your journey as a content writer.
Okay, I'm also pretty excited to just narrate my journey, and I think this will be a fruitful session for the people who wish to embark upon the journey as a content writers. Okay.
Yes, perfect. So Kulin is also our student at Skill Arbitrage. So we can start with we want to know about you, like you as a person, what habits you have, what's your daily routine, your high school journey. We want to first know you as a person.
Okay. Well, I was born and brought up in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Okay, being from a Gujarati family. Mother tongue is Gujarati, but then the thing was that I studied in St. Xavier's, and all my friends were the sons and daughters of bureaucrats, okay, the IS officers and all. So I was exposed to English language at a very early age. But generally, when you say that a Gujarati person speaking English, I mean, they see that they are not able to speak properly. I mean, that's a myth. It happened that I was just growing up in midst of them, and I cleared my schooling from St. Xavier's Gandhinagar. Then I was not interested in studies actually. I wanted to become an artist, a painter. Actually, I wanted to go in fine arts. But then saying this would have created dropping a bomb in the Gujarati family. At that time, I'm talking about the late 80s and sorry, yes, late 80s, 1990 to be precise. Okay, after I cleared my 12. So I shifted to commerce field, and then I did my commerce. I didn't like it very much where people were taking accounts. I took statistics and cleared my accounts, and then my elder brother was doing MBA at that time, MBA marketing. So without any further thinking, I just joined. I studied for the entrance exam. I cleared the entrance exam, and then I became. I just did my masters in masters in business administration with specialization in marketing. Then I worked with the government sector for 10 long years. Then I shifted with a private company which was affiliated with Cambridge University, UK. There I got my training for IELTS because the trainer was she was with British Council, and she trained me on many aspects. I used to train teachers for English language. Okay, so that way the journey had taken a different direction at that time. But my love for writing was right from the childhood. I used to write. It started with writing poems. So I used to write poems, and one such poem was published in a magazine, a children's magazine at that time in the school. Okay, so that gave me motivation. And my dad was an avid reader. My brother was also a voracious reader. So reading, and my mom also. Mom used to read in Gujarati. Dad and brother used to read in English and Gujarati both. And I had the exposure for reading both the books in both the languages. So constant reading happened right from the childhood, and it continued. It's still continuing today, and it won't stop till my last breath. Maybe on the hospital bed I'll demand a book before leaving this earth. That is the scene with me at this
Yeah.
moment of time. Okay. So that way I just grew up, and I developed the habit of reading and writing both. Okay, so after uh, joining, I mean, the private organization and working there, and then I suddenly got a chance to shift to France for my master's in international business. At the age of 38, I shifted to France and did my second master's, that master's in international business, and then I was settled down there. But my parents were aging, and my elder brother had passed away. So at the age of 35, so now parents being alone, I had to shift back to India before 8 years. Okay. And then I had to leave the corporate world because of my parents' health issues. I couldn't do anything. But since I had already taken training, I had been doing copywriting before leaving for France. So all that came in handy, and my writing work was continuing. So I, instead of content writing, it was copywriting at that time. Then I temporarily shifted being a trainer for IELTS and PTE, because I had to do search for something part time, because since I couldn't do anything uh, on full time basis, uh, because my parents had health issues. So I just concentrated on that part as a freelancer, because my mind and heart were not in that in training that much, because that's why I used to conduct only one batch, a small batch. Okay. And then I progressed further. But suddenly then came COVID, and then it threw everything out of gear for everyone, not only for me, but for everyone. Okay. Then I started, yeah. And then I started searching for opportunities. I thought I have the skill. Why am I not using that? And I joined one course on content marketing, which I completed. It was a 10 weeks course, and I got my certification. And it gave me an exposure how things are written for
With
LinkedIn, for social media
with skill
sites. How do you
arbitrage.
write? No, no, no.
With
Within
with
a
that?
different, with a
Oh, okay.
different organization, but just a
Okay.
10-week course, 1 week course, online course. Okay. So at that time, because in COVID and I didn't have anything else to do, so I joined it, and I learned a lot of things from there. And suddenly I was just scrolling Instagram one fine day, and I happened to come across the advertisement of skill arbitrage for content writing, content marketing, and strategy. And it is that time when I realized that, okay, I shouldn't. I said, okay, because these days, everyone comes up with a course, everyone becomes an influencer, and they say that I will give you this, we'll give you that. They promise, but I don't know how. I mean, luckily, I didn't have any bad experience, but then, yeah, I've seen people, I've read the stories, and so we don't get what we pay for. So then the skill arbitrage had arranged a boot camp, and I was interested. So I attended 3 days, sitting at a stretch for 3 hours was a real challenge, because every day sitting for 3 hours for 3 days. So it was like, still, I got a lot of insights from Abhyuday sir and everyone who had been a part of that. And then I decided, yes, one thing impressed me the most was that if you'll help people grow, you will grow. Okay, that caught my attention, and then I said, okay, this is the platform for me, because it is only for serious people. They had asked upfront to pay a certain amount, which people would have been skeptical. It was not a huge amount, but still. But then I understood that this is not for class; it's for class. Okay, so only interested, really people who will be really interested would be paying the fees, and then I decided to join. Okay, and then my journey with Scala Arbitrage started. So in between, my habits, I have a very distinct habit of remaining awake late at night. You can call me a nocturnal creature, because I remain awake till 2 or 2:30 at night, and then I go to bed and I wake up at around 7:30. I do all my chores and get back to reading and doing many things. Right now, it's a different story. Then I used to sleep in the afternoon, from 1 to 5 or 2 to 5, whatever it was case. And then again, the evening routine started. But in between, what didn't stop was writing and reading. I cannot go to bed without reading. So even if I have to read a paragraph, I will read and then only I will go to bed. Otherwise, I won't sleep. And always I write something or the other every day, even a paragraph, then it's fine. I write a paragraph. It's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah. So these are
Wow.
the two habits, and I love baking, and I bake breads, cakes, cookies, and all from whole wheat flour, because France made me a good baker as well. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Such a wonderful journey. So, so when did exactly you started content writing? I mean, yeah,
On
you were doing it before also, but
yeah.
professionally as a freelancer, when it really began?
It began after I see. As such, I used to do as a freelance from 2010 onwards. But before that, after coming back from France in from 2015-16, I started on a full-fledged writing for one of my friend's agency. Okay, I didn't used to charge him, but I wanted to learn. Okay, because at that time
What
money
agency?
wasn't. I used to
If
write.
I may ask,
I used to Yeah, I used to write for websites. He had clients who wanted the content to be written on the websites. Okay, so there were various companies. He was more into construction business companies, education, the schools, and all those content writing. So I was like a ghost writer. Okay.
Yeah.
Then my friend has a fintech company, so that also helped me. And wrote for fintech companies as well, his own company as well as the other fintech companies. So that started giving me an exposure because money was not concerned at that moment of time. Because it was a learning phase. I was in a nascent stage of content writing. So I started writing content, and that's how I started learning. And in between, I had my own blog because I wanted to express something in my mother tongue. Okay. The problem was that people hardly read anything in a mother tongue these days because the English language has taken over so vehemently. Okay. Everything we see, everything is in English. And we keep on reading things in English. So English has taken the front seat. And so I started a blog, which was, and I used to write articles in my mother tongue, and it helped me learning a lot because it provided me valuable lessons about the audience, about the readers, about my writing style, about what level of language should I be using, where am I going, is it interesting or not. So that taught me a lot of things. Okay, so that was again a learning phase for me. And then I started with other as ghostwriter only I wanted to do because I didn't want money at that moment of time because I was uh, polishing my skills. So I polished my skills and it helped me fine tune my writings. Okay. So the first lesson that I learned was that you have to take the responsibility of yourself. You should not, because no one is going to come and lift you up. You'll have to work hard for it. Okay. And along with working hard, you'll have to work smart also. Okay.
And when did you learn this, like with the struggle, or you learned it easily?
For me, it was not much of a struggle because I started getting opportunities, and also as I told you, I write every day, little something. I don't show it to the world. That's a different story. I might start a blog because I've written lot. I had started a novel and I had written it half of it. Okay, and I didn't complete it. I might complete it in the future. I don't know. But in between, I wrote a lot of experiences for a friend. Used to happen that whenever someone used to visit me, I used to write whatever I had gone through with that person. Okay, that conversations, places we visited, the food we ate. So what was there in our mind, our thoughts, process, and everything. I used to jot down on the paper, and I keep it with me. Okay, someday it may be published. I don't know, but yes, I am in constant touch with writing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Great. So, step by step, we will begin with the lessons you want to tell us from your journey. That we are thankful that you are sharing your experience with us. So, lesson first, as you told us, that for that just focus on yourself.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
have to take responsibility of your growth, okay? Because see, people have an issue that they are afraid. I don't know. Most of the people, if you ask 90% of the people to do something, they have a fear in them that okay, what if I fail? What if I don't do it right in the first attempt, and I might be discouraged and everything. So that should not be the case. See, I right now I am 51, and at 51, if I'm learning with skill arbitrage, anyone else can do also. Okay, it is not that they and the youngsters they think that they we have all sorts of fears. Okay, some people have the fear of coming before people. Okay, they might not want to show their face even on the in the classes. It happens that people are not switching on the cameras. I was a camera shy person. I used to remain backstage and everything, but I chucked it off during COVID. I said no, I don't want to be the same person I was, especially hiding behind the camera and not coming in the front. And I said no, let me just go ahead. There's nothing wrong in it. Okay, so I just started, and I started very late. See, last October only I started building my LinkedIn profile because I didn't need earlier. I was not looking for the freelance opportunities and all, so I didn't learn it. But after doing the course and after coming to Skill Arbitrage, people helped me with my LinkedIn profile. They helped me with my Upwork profile. But in between, I got a job through Skill Arbitrage, so that took a backseat. Now I'm not using at the moment Upwork, and but yes, LinkedIn. I get almost 5 to 6 invites every day, and I go through them, and then I see what is whom I can get linked with, and then I just accept the invite. Okay, so The thing is, second lesson which I learned during my journey was that you should take up things which make you feel uncomfortable. Okay, you should come out of your discomfort zone. If you won't come out of your discomfort zone, it will not help you grow. And
Yeah.
growing is the basic thing which you would look forward to. But it also depends on which phase of growth you are actually. Okay, so you may be I don't know. I just forgot one thing which I wanted to say. Whether you are in a transition phase, whether you're in an initial phase, or whether you want to settle down. Okay, because see, growth can happen in many ways. So, which phase are you in? You have to be very clear of that, and then you have to start coming out of your comfort zone. So that will be the second lesson: is be come out of your comfort zone, do some courses, do something that interests you. Okay, and start writing. I tell people even when I had students. Okay, they were like. These academic passages of IELTS were very boring for everyone. So initially they were not able to go through it, but then I used to tell them, see, this is you have to face it because this is the ultimate reality which you're going to face. So then they started. I used to give them exercises, just one paragraph a day. So that way they cultivated the habit of reading and also writing. I made them write every day something or the other, so that the fear used to go away, and that way I just made them realize that you should come out of your comfort zone, face what is uncomfortable, and then you it will help you grow a lot. Okay.
Yes. Exactly. Even nowadays, I am also, taking one step at a time. If it feels so difficult, the comfort zone, if if you find it really difficult, just take one step at a time. That really help. The baby steps, especially.
Yeah, you can call the baby steps. They help us a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And since see, I'm a voracious reader. I love reading a lot. As I told you, I can't go to sleep without reading. So whatever it happens, I tell people the third lesson which I encountered during my journey was you have to read. You cannot do away without reading. Okay. If you won't read, you will not be able to progress in your life because reading opens up your mind. Okay.
Yes.
So when you start reading, see what happens when you see. I'll give an example. When you see a Harry Potter film, but before seeing a Harry Potter film, if you would have read the novels, you would have been in a different world altogether. You would have started imagining things on your own, what is happening, what is not happening. Okay, how is a you get carried away in the author's thought process. Okay, so that way you just progress, and then your mind starts being more creative. Your mind starts thinking in very different ways, and that's how you open up for writing. Okay,
Now let's we have other lesson three
yeah. So
for
lesson
yeah.
lesson three. Lesson three, as I told you, okay, lesson three is reading. You need to read again. If you don't read, then you'll not be able to progress and it is compulsory for a content writer to read. Okay, if you won't read, let me tell you, then no one can help you because you'll have to stay abreast of what is happening in the world around. Okay, let me give you an example, latest example. Today's Times of India. I don't know how many people read Times of India, but today's Times of India, there's an article. Okay, there's an article, Sonakshi struggle career struggles career is payoff. Okay. Okay, so this is an article in today's Times of India where she had gone to US. She studied in US. She had to pay off her loans and it was becoming very difficult. She was not getting internships. So when she finally got an internship with Amazon, she could do wonders, and then she paid off her loan. And then 3 years ago, she decided that she wants to change her field. Now she's bored of doing just coding, so she just shifted to Google, and she had her own ways of interpreting life and her career decisions. Okay. So that way her struggle has been shown and she has given her insights as well. Okay. So if you want, I'll shift it to what she says is, for young people starting their careers, my advice is to be constant learners, read widely, and gain hands on experience with relevant technologies. The ability to learn quickly and adapt will be an asset. Okay. So, as I said, you need to read a lot. And the fourth lesson would be that you have to keep in constant touch with learning. Okay. If you won't learn, you won't be able to progress. So learning comes in many ways. I won't say that you have to learn only through books or only through articles or blogs or yes, but it helps to build up a network. It helps to join a course. It helps to get a certification because certifications from authentic institutes like Skill Arbitrage, they help a lot. Okay, because see, I'll tell you, I was learning through Skill Arbitrage, and I got this job opportunity for. It's actually taking up my full time right now, but it's a short term project. That short term project is not only paying me handsomely in terms of finance, but it's also paying me handsomely in terms of learning. Okay, so right now I'm learning how to train the AI. So I'm doing the curating. We are training the AI. What information should it pick up? What information it should leave? Why that information is not important? Why the information is important? And then we have to follow a certain style guide for 100 pages. Okay, and we have to take one thing at a time, and then see if it works out or not. We have to put in a lot of rule violations and what, but we are training AI. So that is a learning experience. See, I joined that organization as a content writer. I thought that it would be a cakewalk, okay, but it used to be very uncomfortable for me in the initial stages. But suddenly now I have realized that it is becoming easier for me because as and when I'm getting exposure, when I'm reading it, okay, so I understand that now I'll be able to progress. So I have come out of my discomfort zone and I'm progressing with constant learning. Okay. And with
So,
constant learning follows one more thing. Yeah. And the five is that learn skills that are high in demand. Okay. You don't learn skills which may not be make you industry ready. Okay. You should learn skills where they are high in demand. See what happened during my days. We used to just have one core skill and we used to forget everything else. So what used to happen? We used to carry it with our grandfathers, our fathers and mothers. Okay, our parents. They used to carry it along all their life. Only one. If you're a doctor, you are a doctor. Nothing else. Okay. If you're a chartered accountant, you are a chartered accountant. If you're an actor, you are an actor. Okay. So that profession used to continue all our life. But today's world is so dynamic, you just can't stick to one skill. Okay, because it's constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. See what used to happen during, if you consider 90s, the decade 90s decade, or even the initial decades, starting 2000 or initial 2000 till 2005. Okay, we didn't have the smartphones came in later, so there were
yeah.
no influencers. Okay. Today you see influencers are there, they are disrupting the whole market, the whole industries. Okay, they are disrupting many things. So that was the power. Now they are becoming influencer. See, everyone thinks that everyone has a fear that okay, we can become an influencer, we may not become an influencer. But the thing is that no, you have to learn the skills. Okay, but learning skills would be keep abreast of the skills that are right in the market, and that will make you industry ready. That will make you, and skills will help you open up help. Okay, and then it'll help you progress. Yeah.
So, what skills you first you learn writing, like writing is actually your
Yeah.
passion. What more skills you have learned in these 5 years?
Skills I've learned many. As I told you, then I became a blogger. I learned how to blog. I learned how to make posts on Instagram. I learned how to write articles. Okay, at the blogging, I said that. Then you learned how to write for various channels. Okay, it's not, I just didn't stick to one particular social media or some other thing. I experimented with different channels, so I learned many skills of reading. Even I learned the skills of video making reels. Okay, so there are many skills that I have been constantly learning, and now I'll be starting again because I know that for content writing, I had certain levels of French language, so I didn't use it. But now I'll just complete my French language course and I'll go ahead with that also. So there are many skills you keep on learning. Okay, so it's not that you just have to stick to one particular skill. So, and skills, even though they are important, their exposure and implementation is more important.
Yes. So you're learning French also. I didn't know this.
No, I learned it. It started in 90s. 95, 96 was the first exposure to learning French. In that During that time, I did 3 levels of French. Then I didn't. Then I shifted when I shifted abroad to France. It helped me a lot. Okay, so I could communicate with people there, the local people, and it helped me a lot. Yeah.
Wow. So in content writing, also learning other languages is a good thing.
Maybe it depends on what clients you're targeting. If
Hmm.
you're targeting a local clients, business clients, you can do it with your local language. If you're targeting pan India, maybe Hindi and English comes to aid. If you're targeting people abroad of France, yes, French may definitely come to your help. Yeah.
How do you get insights about your client? Then my client want this kind of content only. Like,
Yeah,
how you
that
get
you
to
have. Yeah, that's what I'm learning right now in my content marketing and strategy course. But if you see something, content, see, the three things remain constant. One, that is, three things always remain constant. Where just a second, I just forgot. Okay. Mm. Okay, yeah. Your target audience, clear objectives, and promotional strategy. They remain constant every time. Whether it's content marketing, whether it's any other skill, right, copywriting, or any other thing, you have to take care of these three things in order to be successful. So if you have to do a lot of research for your clients, but that depends on various methods, okay, that you, with experience, you get it. When you're fresher, you have to learn the hard way, okay, when you're a fresher. So as and when you get a skill, then you get insights into it, about your client, about the nature of your client, what your client exactly wants, what kind of an industry you want to pitch in, what are you comfortable with. I remember a story. I think I remember a story in early days when used to happen is there was a locksmith. There's a locksmith paradox also, which you call in English. That there was a locksmith, if I am not mistaken. He used to People used to invite him for making the locks and breaking the locks too. Okay. So at that time, what used to happen? He was a newbie and he used to take a lot of time and he used to charge very less to people. Okay. So as and when he practiced, he started getting the skills and improving upon his skills. And at that time, he started becoming more and more skillful. And what happened was, ultimately he could do the same work in very less time. Okay, and as the time reduced, he started charging more. So people felt that this is not worth paying because he's just finishing it off in 5 minutes. We cannot just pay for that much. Okay, so this will happen. But on the other end, this content writing is very demanding. As you grow, as you be skilled, okay, you start attracting high value clients, people who would be recognizing your worth if you don't budge down. See, the thing is, in content writing, you don't have to give in. Initially, you can start for free, then you start charging some amount, and then you grow. But then when you are established, then at that time you just can't do that, tell them that, okay, I'll do it for free or something like that. You have a certain skill set, you have a certain level where you'll let people know that your worth is, and when people will understand, they'll willingly pay. Okay.
uh, uh, so and what other things, what others you have to
See,
share?
yeah, I like to say many things. There are many things in today's world. What is happening is, like, earlier, we were not in such a dynamic transition phase. Today's phase is so dynamic, so transitionary, that the way we think is not happening ultimately. What used to happen when artificial intelligence came in, we thought that the people in the lower level of work at the lower work level, they will be discarded from their work. Okay, they will have to give away their employment and AI will replace them. But in fact, the reverse thing happened, that AI replaced the content writers, the copywriters, the people at a very high level in the work hierarchy. Okay, so it is not what are thinking. And what is happening is, like, see, we never knew that streaming channels would be coming in. The streaming business would be coming in, the collaborations would be coming in, and it came in at a very rapid pace. Amazon, Netflix, Hotstar, okay, Disney Hotstar, Apple, everything came in so suddenly we were thrown off gear. Today what is happening, people are preferring listening or watching a movie on an OTT platform within the comfort of their homes rather than going to a cinema hall. Okay,
Yeah.
so this has changed rapidly. Now this gave connections, and one thing we realized that if we want to grow, we can't just earlier what used to happen, we used to happen the kirana stores by our home. Mom told us, just go and bring this, just go and bring that. So we used to just go nearby, run quickly, or go nearby, bring it. And now that culture has changed. Now malls have come in. Okay.
And
Now the
blinking
malls
and
came in. Yeah. And then came along with that facility came the home delivery. Okay. So now everything is getting easy for us. So the nearby shop, we'll think that, oh, why should I go to the kirana stores or the grocery store and buy it when I can get it directly from the malls, okay, or online, okay, any of that. So it is happening at a very rapid chain, and this chain, the global chains are entering the market. They are making their presence all over the world. So what is happening is that the collaborations are taking place, and the big companies are not afraid of the big companies. Actually, they're afraid of people like Google. Initial phase, when two people were in a garage and they created Google. So the big companies are afraid of the small startups who might disrupt their whole business. Okay, they'll come in. And other thing is that, the thing is, as I was pointing out with that kirana store or the grocery store example, is that you cannot remain local now. You'll have to, even if you are local, you have to be vocal and go global, because it will
yeah,
force you, it will force you to go everywhere. With just sitting in your cubicle won't be helping you. It won't let you progress. So you'll have to think about it. So with that, in content writing, I would like to tell you that one more skill or one more lesson which I learned was that you need to be a very good storyteller. Okay,
oh yes,
that if you are not a good storyteller as a content writer, you cannot progress. Okay, because content writing, sorry, storytelling has two main things in it. Okay, what is generally, okay, I read many books on storytelling. Let me show you a book which I like a lot about storytelling. If I have it, yes. Yeah, see this book. Okay.
how business storytelling works. Oh wow, okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it
So
storytelling works in content also, like marketing.
yeah, it see, there are many books on storytelling which I like, and I'll just show you. I have been benefited by this, okay, creating signature stories. Okay, fine. This is one.
Yeah,
This is the other. What's your story? It helped me writing a lot. Okay. Then there's another book called Stories at Work. Okay. So these all books have helped me a lot. But what basically, okay, I love in this book, this author, when he has his seminars, he always asks people a question: who do you think is the greatest storyteller of all time? And that time, we all people start thinking. See, actually, what should have been happening is that the greatest storyteller should be someone near us. Okay, because ideally our parents should be our role models, because we know them in and out more than anyone else. Okay, but we are influenced by people from their words, by people from their behavior, their actions. Okay, and storytelling basically has only two things: is that the authenticity, okay, and the trust. So the
credibility.
problem is that, yeah, so the authenticity and the trust, what happens is storytelling bridges that gap. Once you Storytelling is nothing but evoking the emotions of the people, whether they will be good emotions, whether they will be bad emotions, it depends completely on you, whether you want them to get respond to you in a bad way. And it happens, and many times it happens. Okay, so if you see, let's take Coca-Cola for example. If you see, its ads are focused mostly on emotions. Okay, If
Yeah.
you'll see its taglines like open happiness and all the other taglines of Coke would always be there. If you'll see Titan, okay, it talks about celebrations, it talks about emotions, and it keeps on doing things which invokes our emotions. So storytelling is nothing but bridging the gap between the authenticity and the trust. Once you narrate your story, okay, people start thinking that you're authentic. They start developing trust in you. See what the Hollywood people or Bollywood people or most of the storytellers do. Okay, see when we watch a movie like Jawan, if you see the movie like Jawan, okay, where he takes on the antagonist, okay. So what happens is people start seeing themselves in Shah Rukh Khan. They are not
Yes.
just there to watch a movie, okay. They when they come out of the theater, they come out take out that emotion. They feel that they are Shah Rukh Khan and they want to change the world. They can do many things, okay. So that is all what storytelling is about. So storytelling, when you are in a business, when you're writing for a business, particular business, you have to bring in that storytelling element. You have to make people understand that this is what it is. I mean, you have to bring out people to respond to your emotions which you have invoked in them. Okay, so that will be the major point, and then it will help you progress in life. Like if you see a skill arbitrage or if you see law seco, when I was doing it, okay, I was interested in because Mr. Ramanuj, he came online on one of the three boot camps. He had come online and he had taken a class, and I had also seen many of his sessions. So when I started reading his journey, okay, on LinkedIn, you'll understand we all have humble beginnings, and we don't have to feel shy of narrating our beginnings, but we at the same time we don't have to brag about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So our journey, yeah. So our journey starts with that. So then the another lesson that we move ahead is that building your brand presence online. Okay. So like I right now we are having a conversation. We are talking to each other. Okay. It is helping me to build my brand because people will understand that okay, I have people. No one who would be not knowing me till date, if he's see watching the video, he or she would understand that okay, oh, this person is a copywriter, he's a trainer, he's a blogger, he's a storyteller, he's a lot of things. Okay, so they also feel inspired about it, and they can, if they have doubts, they can reach me. Okay, so that way I'm building my presence, and it is necessary to build your brand presence. That's another lesson, but then I won't suggest that you do everything at the same time. Okay, you have to, when you're writing content writing, yes, for the client you have to expose him on very different, expose in the sense that you have to carry his company and
Branding.
brand on very different platforms. Okay, but when you're building your personal brand, take up any one of the platforms. Like I took up LinkedIn. I'm not a Facebook user, but I'll start slowly. Once I finish this course, I'll be in the gradual process. I'll do that. So what happens is once you start building a brand, people will start knowing you. Okay. And once people will start knowing you, it will not only help you progress, it will also help you gain good clients. It will also help you building networks, which is the other lesson of our learning as a content writer, that you have to have good network connection. Okay. Because networks help you a lot. Okay. So that will help you in progressing, and what you'll be gaining is that at times it happens that the cross selling of the products may happen through that. Okay, that you may be given a chance to showcase their products or writings or any of the things that they want to bring forward to the audience, and you may have that chance, the other person would also have a chance, and this is happening a lot in today's world. If you see on Instagram, people are collaborating, they are networking, and they are progressing further in that way. Okay. So when you start networking and when you start making your presence felt, the companies also start getting interested in you. People start noticing you. People bring you. They themselves come to you. They approach you, and then you start getting offers. Okay. Initial, it will be a lot of struggle initially because you may make a lot of mistakes. Okay. But then And another lesson that comes in from there, which I learned, was that never be afraid of making mistakes. Even if you make mistakes, you should go ahead. It is a learning process, and learning process, you have to be prepared for everything. Okay, so when you make mistakes, don't feel disheartened. Keep up, keep your journey, keep writing, keep progressing. Don't feel that this is not my cup of tea and leave the field there itself. No, if you get rejections, if you are not able to succeed in the first try, try doing it again with more energy. Okay, have a
Kulin,
clear
I
mindset. Yeah.
yeah. Kulin, I
Yeah.
want to ask here that what mistakes you used to do, then how you have improved in
Okay,
this.
I'll give you an experience of my blog writing. Okay, when I had an initial when I started my blog initially, I wanted it for as a leisure, okay, entertainment part, what people would love to connect to, and that's why I had initially blogged my name Sunday Strings, which I had closed down. It has been closed down now. It was quite a few 5 years ago, you can say. So that my idea was that I used to publish articles in Gujarati only on Sundays. Okay. So my idea was to connect people the whole week. They are tired. They have a leisurely Sunday morning when they wake up late. They can have a cup of tea or coffee in their hands, and then they can just read my blog article along with it. And I used to choose topics in such a way that were touching life. But then I used to give serious message in a very different way, not in a very verbose manner. But the problem with me was that since I was very skilled, I mean, I had a good command over my mother tongue. I still do have. So used to, and since I had read the well established authors, the eminent authors, I had a certain level of writing. I couldn't stoop down below that. The problem with that generation, Gen Z, okay, or say millennials, or the baby boomers, okay, so what they had a different style of reading. If you'll see your parents, or if you see your grandparents, your grandparents would have a different vocabulary. They would be speaking in a very different manner. The coming generation would change, and the Gen Z would have a very different lingo altogether. Okay. So what happened was that I was not coming down from my level of writing to the writing which the audience would have loved. Okay. I perceived that whatever my writing is, it will be accepted by the audience, the readers, and people would praise my article, but it didn't happen. Why? Because they found that in today's world, this is very hard for us to make sense. Okay, what you are writing, okay, the quality is good, but it is not resonating with our thought process. Okay, because we are finding the words too difficult to understand, because they would be coming across the words for the very first time, which in my language, which I had read. And see, since I had read the books of the eminent authors, those words were registered in my mind and could flow out easily. I didn't have any issues with that. But that didn't happen. So what I started doing was that I started writing the meaning along with it in the blog, in the brackets, when I used to start doing it. But still, people said that it is, we have to wait for meaning, a thought process, the link is broken. So we are not able to do it. Okay. So what I thought that no, I'm not going to do it. And then I said, okay, let me just close down the blog for the moment. Let me just gain skills. But then everything happened. The thing happened. Then I got busy with certain things, and I then came Corona, and then my life completely changed. So now I have still have a blog, but I haven't opened it for the general public. But that will be completely in English, and I'll be doing it after 6 months when I complete my course with Skill Arbitrage. I'll be doing that. Okay. But one more learning lesson from here was that give the audience what they want. Don't just write what you feel is correct. Okay, write what your audience wants or what your client wants. Okay, so if you, I wouldn't generally advise this, but it was a very hard way to learn that if your client wants bullshit, give him bullshit. But I wouldn't say that. I It is very improper to say that. But you don't have a choice. See, either you adapt the ways. Okay, one more lesson is adaptability. If you don't adapt the ways, you'll be thrown out of the market.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So adapt yourself to what your client wants, or adapt yourself to the audience way of thinking or audience way of resonating. That will help you grow in content marketing. Okay. So these were the mistakes that happened. And then I realized what I should have done. Then I thought and I analyzed what happens, what not. Okay. So now I'm changing the way I'll be writing. But still it will be, yeah, it will be very difficult for me. So another lesson is that do not feel disheartened with the criticism that you receive. Okay. I have been rejected at times, but then I didn't take it to my heart. See, you have to understand one thing, that you and your writing are two different things. You and your writing are not one thing. You are a writer, you are producing something, it is your baby, your creativity, fine. But then it is your work that is being criticized. It is not you who are being criticized. Okay. So never get disheartened, and try doing it again and again. Face your fears. Then, and as you know, that as we said, that lesson is networking is important. Go to people in your network, ask them for their feedback. Okay, ask them for that, I've got this criticism, where am I going wrong, what should I do. Okay. And if you feel comfortable, you can just show your work to people who are in your network, who give you positive uh, criticism, so they will help you understand the nuances, and you can just progress with that. And the journey, after some time, it will be very easy. When you look back after a year, after 1.5 years to your journey, you'll say to yourself, and laugh at yourself, saying, Was I a fool? I was taking it so seriously." Okay, that will certainly happen. That's what I can assure you. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Amazing lessons. Definitely gonna change millions of life, I feel. So, but these things are very, I mean, easy to know, but hard to
Mhm.
implement. So,
Yes,
how
they
did
see one more lesson that comes when you're asking me this question. One more lesson that comes here is that you have to be disciplined. Okay. Without discipline, nothing will come in. I have a friend who taught me this lesson very nicely. He's a playwright, he's a director, he's a producer, and he's an actor himself. So he produces, directs, play Gujarati plays. Okay, so we were discussing one thing early in the early stages. We were discussing things. So he said, I said, okay, tomorrow I have to go out. I will not write it. I will write it day after tomorrow. Then he said, forget this, Kulin, forget this. If you'll not do it, then you will not be able to do it. The day after tomorrow will become a day after that, and it will be a day after that, and you might not be able to write it. Okay. So whatever it is, whatever comes your way, you have to first complete this, then only you do whatever you have to. He said, even if you accept you are dying, you have to complete this and give it to me, otherwise, then he threatened me that I won't speak to you ever again. Okay. So I did that work, and then I realized, okay, and that has helped me a lot. Being disciplined has helped me a lot, because see, being disciplined, what happens is, it also builds your credibility. Once you start being disciplined, it becomes a habit. You won't have to work hard for it, and you'll overcome it very easily. After a certain point of, initially it might it's like smoking a cigarette. Okay, that people feel it very hard to leave that kind of, okay, habit. But once you leave, start uh, bringing in, start your what do you say, that investing your time somewhere else, start doing some activity that brings you pleasure, that will ultimately go away. So it's the same way with content writing, that the habits, the lessons that I've learned are very hard easy to say but hard to implement. But then, yeah, with passage of time, with discipline, you'll be able to do whatever. I'm not saying that you have to be very rigid with yourself. No, that won't work. Okay. Just take whatever, start with a very little small things. Start with, as I told you, start reading just one line. If you're not comfortable, if reading is not your forte, start with one line. Increase it to two after 2 weeks, increase it to three after 3 weeks. The same way goes with, or read a paragraph if you're comfortable, the second day read one more paragraph. The same goes with writing. Write one line, write the second line the second day, write the third line the third day. There's no hurry. Okay, fine. So once you start doing it, you'll get into the habit, and once it happens that you are comfortable in that position, then it won't be any more a burden to you. It will just automatically come uh, in your personality, and won't have to struggle for it, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Kulin, for sharing valuable content with us. Definitely, it is valuable when you see somebody doing it and how passionately they are, towards discipline towards their work. It's really a feel good thing to that I can also do like that. So
And
now,
okay, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
please, no, please go ahead.
And I would like every one of the person who are into content writing to jot down their experiences. Okay, however good or bad, do put down your experiences, and then you just read them. You'll get a lot of reflection, and if you'll one fine day after a few months or after a year, you'll just go back to initially what I did that time and what is the experience and all. Okay, it will be a learning process. You'll be able to reflect a lot. You'll be able to fine tune yourself that way also. And if you don't want to publish it right now, some person after you are not there, if some person gets hold of it, they may learn from your experiences. See, the problem with our learning system is that people are afraid to write their experiences, especially in India. I'm saying the new generation is changing, it's adapting. Okay, earlier what used to happen, we didn't have so many books on people writing, and when people used to write, they never wrote it in a truthful manner. Is that they tried avoiding the negative things, okay, thinking that it will be having a bad image or something of that sort. But they should have done that. It would have been better for the coming generations to understand what it is, okay, and they could have learned many things from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So at last but not the least, we can also discuss about AI, how AI will gonna change,
Yeah,
what
that is.
impact it will have on the
Yeah, that
industry.
I sorry, I forgot that saying that. Yes, AI definitely is here. See, I was what I even at this age, I love reading. I'm curious about things. Okay, so I was just scrolling Instagram through Neil Patel's reels. Okay, and there I got to learn many things. He was saying that 2024 is of short videos and podcasts. Okay, now it is not that people will not like reading articles or blogs. They will, but the thing is that there are very less number of people per each blog. For podcasts, you still have an audience. Okay, there are thousands for one podcast. There are uh, like for say for instance, for one blog you only have 400 people. Okay, but for a podcast you still have an audience of 4,000 or 40,000 people who would not have a different option. Okay, so they you can tap them, and AI has made life easy. So that there I was just saying that AI generated content is preferred, agreed, but the thing is that the people generated content will human generated content will have a priority over AI content, and it will help you build your authenticity. Okay, so if you think that AI content would be accepted and it should be done with and it should be in progress, no, I would strongly recommend you people that okay, take help of AI, but do not let it be your master. Keep it as your slave. Use it for your advantage, okay, and it will work wonders. But don't lose your style, don't lose your grip on it. Okay, so be authentic, be your don't ever do it with your creativity. It Whatever your originality is there, it should reflect in your writing. Otherwise, see what happens is AI generated content, AI takes it from everywhere, and everything, it becomes common for everyone. So AI will not be able to give a creative response just like we would have been able to do it. So forget AI that it will take over the market. Yes, some people are at ease. Business, see, clients and business people will be at ease to adapt AI because it is giving them, they do not have to pay for it. Okay. That otherwise they would have had to keep a content writer, copywriter, and they would have had to pay him. And but what AI does is it does it very easy for two, four content writers. They can easily do it with AI, with one content writer handling AI and giving them the content daily basis or whatever the time limit is. It'll be, but what will happen is AI will never be able to win over you. So don't lose your credibility. People will understand the importance of handwritten or human written content, and they will realize that everything AI cannot do. So AI, yes, you take help of AI. It will be in market, in demand, but take help of AI, but don't combine it in your writings, and do not lose your touch or your originality. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. So, sir, anything else you would like to share with us as it's we are going to end the session. Anything you want to say to our audience?
Yeah, you see, like I would like to first of all, I would like to thank Skill Arbitrage for giving me this opportunity to express my views. And I would like to tell people that if you are seriously okay, one more thing, book I which has helped me a lot in advancing in my career is this. If you're talking about freelancing, if you want to become a real freelancer, then this is the book you should be. I mean, 450 pages, okay, but don't be disheartened with it. See, what you can do is one more thing is you can just I have started adopting a strategy that I read books and I connect with the author. I send them a connect on LinkedIn and just write something about their book, whatever good or bad, whatever it is, and they have been kind enough to accept my invitation. Okay, and I get in touch with them. I ask them questions and they are responding as well. So what you can do is you can also read. So my in the last few moments only suggestion is that take your career progression in your hands. Do not be afraid of anything or anyone. Take criticism in a very positive manner. Start implementing, start learning something new. Keep constant learnings, and at the most, reading and writing should be your in your personality. You cannot do away with that. And grow a network of people. Take courses from Skill Arbitrage or some other, if you feel like reputed institutes are there, whatever it is. But I've seen Skill Arbitrage. I uh, considered in very high esteem because it has given me a lot of insights. Okay, so take courses from such institutes, get a certification, get a step ahead and start pitching yourself to the clients and start getting offers. Don't feel rejected. Take it criticism in a very positive manner and progress ahead. Okay, and if you feel anything, I'm always there on LinkedIn. I would be answering if any questions are there. I would be ready to answer on LinkedIn. My name is my LinkedIn uh, handle. Okay,
Native.
so it is Kulin, yeah, Kulin Makwana, at LinkedIn.com. Okay, so that is where, and I would like the people to progress in life and succeed. Okay, and it is like, see, content marketing is a huge field. Don't discover your niche. If you want in a particular niche, go ahead with that, or if you want versatility, go ahead with that. There are many options you choose from. It is your life. You choose it from there and progress it. Nothing, see, it's not like that the market is saturated. Okay, there are ample amount of opportunities for everyone. It is not that people are afraid that if I'm here, what would I make a difference? एक मेरे से क्या होगा? Okay, that is not, that attitude should not be there. Try, experiment. See, everyone was a beginner once. Okay, so people who are successful, they have humble beginnings. It's not that they have their vision, they have their goals, they progress. So do that and be faithful to your writings, your reading, to yourself, and keep yourself and your work separate. Okay, so that you can enjoy both the lives together. Okay.
Thank you, Kulin. Thank you so much for this amazing session. Wonderful
Thank you
session.
very much. It was a
Thank you
pleasure
so much
talking to
for
you.
joining.
Okay, thank you, and thank you everyone at Skill Arbitrage and all the listeners and viewers. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you everyone for joining our YouTube channel. Do subscribe and like to our channel. Thank you.
okay, bye bye.